We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for the Top Gun Sales Bootcamp training, and we'll see if we get to it today. But I'm befuddled, um, like I'm confused, and I don't know how. Like I don't know how. There's all this stuff coming at me, and I don't know how to process it. Like I'm like, okay. So we'll see if we get to it today. Nora, what you got?
My numbers for yesterday were 72%.
Nice, you rock, girl. Do you think that has a correlation with anything?
I don't know.
Hmm. Anything else you got?
I do not. Oh.
Luke, what you got?
So Friday, we have a pretty big event at my house. My sister's marrying a lot of people. I think we're going to feed like 1,100 people. Like, how do I leverage that in the
Isn't
best
that a
way?
lot,
Or
even for Mormons? Did you say she's marrying 1,100 people?
no, that's like our guest.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So like, how do I, with all those people coming to our house, and my guess is I'll probably know like a third of them personally.
Right.
Like, how do I leverage that?
Yeah, that's a great question. This is the house. This is you guys' house. Sorry, I thought that was a
Right.
simple
Yeah.
question. Okay, so this is your house. This is where you guys live.
Uh huh.
Okay, and and you're going to have 1,100 people there.
I think three. So I think there's three meals. Okay, it's close. It's 300 people,
Does it
three
really matter if
meals,
it's
or 400
900 or
people.
1,100? I mean, does that really matter? No, it doesn't. So you're going to have a lot of people there, and it's at
Yeah,
your house.
yeah.
You mean where you live? Like there's construction stuff, and there's events, and there's parties, and there's all kinds of memories that are made at your house and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Houses, aren't they special? Like you go ahead and like 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 you think about all the things that happen in a house. I mean, if you're married, I don't know. You think about all the things that happen in a house, and the first steps and the tears and all the different things that happen in a house, like, and it's so like women, like yesterday for pickleball, my three granddaughters and my grandson, my youngest grandson, they came over to pickleball before they went and took Lily back. And they run out, the three girls run out and they're cheering for grandpa. Grandpa, you go, yay, grandpa, yeah. And um who thought that was the cutest thing in the world?
Women.
The women. Yeah. And what are the men thinking?
Don't know.
I thought you were a man. So the men are all, because the women, they're giving, oh, Mark's so cute. This is so cute. Oh, everything's so cute. So I'm getting all the attention because of my grandkids coming, and they're cheering grandpa on. You go, grandpa, you win. Yeah, da, da. And all the women are like, oh, that's so cute. And so all the men are jealous of me because I'm getting attention from the women. That's how it works. So the women, they're often the decision makers. They're the ones that, all this stuff. And so, I mean, if you had something you could give to the kids, a coloring book that could be given to the kids that would go ahead and where the kids could color. Do you know how much kids love to color?
No idea.
So,
Probably a lot.
right. And do you have any idea how much it touches a mom's heart, a grandma's heart, the women's hearts when you're considerate of children?
Probably not.
And so, do you know why? Um, do you know why that's so significant to women?
Because they care a lot about their children.
And and
If you care about something they care about, then they like you. I don't know.
right. So they can tell your heart. And so for Merle's graduation, party reception, Link Malachi comes up to me. How old is Malachi? Like 8, 9?
Yeah, I think he's 8. I think so.
So he comes running up to me. He's like, Mark, can we go on an adventure? Sure, buddy. We can go on an adventure. Um, and then we go on the longest adventure. Like it was a long adventure. We were gone a long time. And we explored and like saw some big equipment and all kinds of, I mean, it was crazy. It was a cool adventure. And he'll probably never forget that. Like I was his age. If he's 8, I was his age when my grandfather played checkers with me. And then my grandfather said to me, Mark, um, when somebody says something to you, there's some amount of truth to it. Then my grandfather died when I was 9. Well, his grandfather died when he was 5, I think, ish. So there's, it's like, so it tells your heart. And then when we took the 11 grandkids out, I mean, my kids, they laugh because the grandkids, like they get grandpa to go on an adventure. It's just, that just didn't happen with my kids or my grandkids. That didn't start there. That happened with my kids. Well, it actually started before my kids with other kids. Kids are innocent. They like whatever you can do. And so kids have always been really special. So are you connecting the dots, Luke, or not so much?
I think so.
And what would have been really nice to have? Okay, didn't think you were probably a Dreamscape coloring book. Like that Dreamscape book, because it's like Tom Kuntz and I'm going to get you a house. Like so that Dreamscape book that you had an impression of, and Kenny had one feedback from one person from a third party, and you guys either put that idea to sleep or killed it, one or the other. It's like, whatever. But boy, wouldn't it be nice to have that now? See, and you won't, your numbers are good. I mean, they're not great, but they're good. You guys' numbers are good, but you don't know. None of us know. None of us know if you guys had that booklet, if you guys had that booklet, none of us know if that would have put the 2.5 million on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how do you learn from lessons? How do you learn from lessons that from things that don't happen? Like Tim, he was just a baby and he went on a business trip with Roseanne and I and three of the executive assistants, and we rented out a speedboat and went skiing. And I forgot to put my life jacket on. And when I was going out to get in the skis, Roseanne, you need your life jacket. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah. That was 23 years ago, 24 years ago. And there was once when I pulled out, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, I pulled out and I glanced a second time and I saw a car. And I'm like, Mark, glad you glanced that second time. You got to make that a part of your driving process. And so, I don't know, when your life vision is bigger than death, when you can impact people, there's this huge responsibility that comes with it, but your life is really significant, like really, really significant. And that means that everything you do is significant. And so will that help you and Kenny to pause maybe in the future and say, maybe I ought to be open. Maybe we ought to try this. Maybe it won't work the first time, but it works the second or third time. I mean, Marks knows the risk. I mean, he knows the risk. He's going to put in a lot of time and it may not work. Most of his stuff doesn't seem to work. Does it not work because it's not working, or does it not work because people don't work it? Don't know. Kenny, what you got?
In partnership with other, what's your experience been in partnering with other companies, like existing companies, if you collaborate somehow? And one would be how to approach that conversation, how to have that conversation, and what would work best.
Yeah, good question. So, I mean, I did that when I was in my 20s in the mortgage industry. And it's how I built my whole business. It's how I built the entire company, put systems in place to do it. So it worked really, really well. So that, you can there's a spectrum of that. And so there's easy stuff. And then there's more complicated stuff. I've never partnered with other companies the way my mind says, ooh, if we could partner with other companies like this, that would be really good. And so, so all the infrastructure is in place to do it. And so, in answer to your question, yes, I've done it. Yes, it's worked really, really good. But there's another whole dimension that I think could be done that would be, just absolutely crazy. And so you have a conversation, you maybe come up with 3 levels of partnership, like they're in Top Gun, 3 or 4 levels, and say 3 levels and say, here's the basic, intermediate, advanced, or whatever it is. And then with each one of them come benefit, like the, difference in the, friendship level. And, And then, it's the right presentation. If you have materials that they can read and see, that helps. You could incorporate that into your book.
Mhm.
I mean, you guys got that one job from that doctor, and I don't know if there's been any additional, that pool house, whatever. It was a good project, good margin, fun to do, high end. And so if you have something, for, in the book and you say, hey, here's a program. So if you have something in writing and structured, people will tend to take it more serious. And then you have a conversation because I've done it before, might be something that you have me do it, you watch it. Like that one guy that came out to our property when we were first starting, and I interviewed him right there. You watched, observed, did a great job, and picked up on it, and learned and did it. So does that help?
I think so. I think my preference would be, there'd be some reason for other or some value that the other party would bring the other company in order to, make a sense to partner up with them. And even if that's just the current owner. 'Cause I know they don't have the systems in place that we do.
Well, a lot of it is going to be they're older and their network is invaluable. Like when I wrote the book, Community Business Partnerships, I did 99% of the work. And I wrestled through that before I did. I said, are you okay, Mark, doing 99% of the work and Tom doing 1% of the work? And I said, Tom's lived, he's lived a life like, and so his 1% could be more valuable than my 99%. And about that time is when I'm like, if I don't, in partnerships, if I'm not feeling that there's an equal. And so, older people, guys, gals that are older, they bring a whole network. And that network took them a whole year or a whole lifetime to go ahead and develop. And that one person can change your business forever. Just one connection. And you never get that connection without, that person. So people underestimate, the network and how valuable that network is. But I think you have to be intentional. I think you have to be intentional about that and on what you're doing. And that's why the booklets are so important, like, because it gives you something that they can touch and feel and that they can hand out and they can they can visually see stuff.
Right, right.
Anything else you got?
Nope.
So here's the thing maybe you all can help me with. So, at the reception, I'm looking for probably a young man. My guess. I've mentored am mentoring and developing a lot of young women. Love that. It's great. It's awesome. To me, it's a lot easier than men. But I think I need a young man, and and I don't know how. I don't know how. Obviously, to present it, maybe like I look back when I was 15, 18, 20, 23, 25, 30. Like I look back and I think I would have died for somebody like me. And it's like, I mean, I'd have died for him. I'd have You tell me what to do, sir. I'll do it. I'll just come in, just do it. I mean, it's what I did with Preferred Mortgage Associates. I went ahead and came in and didn't question the system, just did it, just jumped in, did everything, found out parts that worked, a lot of it did. And then I confronted the president and said, "Hey, it's not working." And he said, "Well, what do you think you ought to do?" And I said, "Well, I think I ought to do this, this, and this." He said, "Go do it." Okay. I did what he told me to do. When he told me to do it, how he told me to do it, did a great attitude. I mean, it wasn't complicated. And so if I could find one person, if I could just find, and nobody knows the one person. So, and I don't know, maybe that one person's not here in Northern Indiana because, you kind of used to making a lot of money, working half days and getting off weekends and holidays and a lot of fun. It's like you have the rest of your life. You do a year, 2 years, 3 years, what I would not consider hard labor, but other people do. And so, it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Any ideas, Kenny?
Not really. No.
Nora?
No, I don't think so.
So I don't know. The thing that comes to me is I don't know if I can go ahead and if I could go ahead and teach you, Kenny, and Jason, if I could teach you guys how to sell me, it would benefit you both immensely. Your businesses, you guys have so much more potential, but the biggest thing that's holding you guys back is me from a perspective that I need somebody that's going to go long term with Synergy. And if I could find that person, that would go ahead and bring a lot of benefit to both of you guys. But it's like the analytic, I don't know. There's got to be somebody out there. There's just got to be. Anybody else have anything else? All right. Are you getting your numbers in, Nora?
Yes.
Nice. Kenny, any suggestions on what we can do to help you get your numbers in? Are you getting your numbers in?
There's literally no numbers to get in, so yes.
So yeah, I can go ahead and teach you how to do it because when a business owner is in servicing, a business owner, I can generate more business in servicing when I'm in servicing than when I'm in sales as a business owner. Because a business owner knows that when I'm in servicing, I have got to, Tom Ninnis, he referred over $260,000 in business to us, and because I was in servicing, so he referred over 260,000 in 15 months. It was crazy. So, all right, you guys are awesome. Thanks. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.